do a little bit of history. History lesson on the podcast. Yes, I'm going to do my old English voice for this. Yes, hillbilly music. I love how they call it hillbilly music. Fucking hillbilly music. Yes, those hillbillies. My God. Music. Yes. That's what it fucking says, though. Yeah. Hilarious. There's a lot of stuff. I'm reading this from the encyclopedia.chicagohistory.org. So I don't know. It seems legit. So it says here. I'm only gonna read the last couple of paragraphs because it seemed like most relevant because everything's like pre-1950s and it's like fuck it. But it says here hillbilly music in Chicago centered around WLS's live national barn dance. National Barn Dance, is what that was. Okay, cool. Which offered radio audiences cosmopolitan skits side by side with grassroots musicians such as Doc Hopkins. You know him? You know, have you heard of Doc Hopkins?
Sure.
All right, cool. And these are legit folks. and Bradley Kincaid. You know, don't know of him. Okay. One of the show's clog dancers. I swear to God, it's what it says. Kentuckian Bill Monroe. Man, these names are dope. Returned to Chicago in 1946 to make his first bluegrass recordings with banjoist Earl Scruggs.
Oh, yeah.
You know of Earl Scruggs?
Sure.
Are you a...
banjoist?
Do you banjo?
A banjoist?
A banjoist.
Yeah.
A banjoist?
I banjoist.
You banjoist? And would you consider it folk blues or bluegrass, your stuff?
I would... Yeah, that's... I would consider it folk first.
Folk first.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Because I like folk and I like all of that.
Yeah.
It's wonderful stuff.
Is hillbilly music an appropriate term?
I think it has its roots and origins in like Kentucky and the Appalachian Mountains and stuff. And
no,
I think
that's not like a slur or anything.
Well, I mean, it is.
I think if it were, I think they deserve it.
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
Are we gonna bleep that? We're gonna have to bleep that out.
No. Hillbilly. Yeah. I mean, it's in a .org page, so I mean, I'm sure it's a classically used term.
I wonder where that
Hatfield and McCoy. What a bunch of hillbillies.
Mountain people music?
Mountain people music.
And that wouldn't be close to... Yeah.
I'm going to take the time in my booth to Google where that term came from.
Joe looks up all of the things. I love that.
What is a slur?
What is a slur?
I can't find hillbilly
I can't find it. What is it? What do I
want to know where that word came from.
Anyway, let me get back to this history. In the late 1950s, a folk revival characterized by an urbane... How annoying is that voice?
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah. Characterized...
In my mind, I'm like, please don't keep that.
I wasn't going to, but I just wanted to do it for the joke. I could do a better British accent, but I won't. In the late 1950s, a folk revival characterized by an urbane approach to certain forms of American folk music ascended in national popularity. WFMT's Midnight Special began and broadcast in 1953, while clubs such as the Gate of Horn, which opened in 1956, inaugurated a succession of night spots devoted to the form of entertainment, folk music. The following year marked the founding of the Old Town School of Folk Music, located here in Chicago, which still is in existence today. Mm-hmm. In subsequent years, other institutions such as the University of Chicago Folk Festival, which started in 1961, and Flying Fish Records, which started in 1974, focused on the work of innovative artists rooted in traditional music, aka folk music. Just a few pieces of Chicago's enduring yet evolving mosaic of folk music creativity. So there's a little bit of history for you. So it started way before that in like the 20s, but I was trying to find like what's the trends in the history of Chicago folk music. Mm-hmm. And do we have a history of folk music here? We do. This Old Town School of Folk Music is like a thing, man.
Oh, yeah.
I was looking and I was like, holy shit, this is a thing.
Yeah.
We need to go to this thing.
Because they teach kids how to play all types of instruments too. Usually when I go into that area, they have classes for young kids to learn how to play different types of instruments, and I find it so fascinating that they're trying to teach the history of music, but also just music in general. Because I was given a guitar as a child, but not told what to do with it, so I stepped on it. I just blatantly stepped on it. And we're like, oh, well, that didn't work. So
yes, good theory. Step on the guitar.